Good morning, sunshines. I know it's been a minute since I did a video for this channel. I'm sorry. But listen, we're back here with a Kraken overview of my account, okay? And this is a good time as any to do one because there's obviously a lot has happened. We've passed the 1 year anniversary, we've passed the Christmas and the New Year updates and all this, and of course the big addition of new tech and buildings again, all right, which are just like super power pushes and big money grabs as well. And it's going to be extremely exclusive how many players in the game can actually do this properly. Well, it's time to go over my account. As you can see, starting off 268 million power. It's pretty good, especially with considering how my power is actually built here. It's not filled with empty power such as excessive units, like way too many units. It's not built with like renovations 5s on these. I mean, I was just kind of doing some of the renovations because there's nothing else left to do, and it's full power, it's fighting power, it's good power. And let's go into the details. I think what people might be most interested in seeing at first is the new techs. All right, so looking at my buildings first of all the relevant good ones are already renovation 5. As you can see, I'm holding the mouse down, you can see the 5 above the buildings, the 5 in the yellow gold shield thing. That's the renovations, okay? Some of them are 3 over here. These are the unimportant buildings that you just don't need, okay? Some of them are kind of catching up on 4s and stuff as time just went on. I was doing them idly, all right? No pressure. And now we're going to go into the actual constructions, which is the gray shield. You can see level 30 plus has now been added, okay, beyond level 30. Pikemen Barracks is level 31 over there. You can see that. Archery range is 33, stables 32, and Swordman Barracks is still 30. We haven't needed to do that one. That's going to be the next one. That's going to be 34 for when I want to level up Town Center further, okay? It's just these buildings are necessary to progress Town Center and some of the other things, all right? So the only buildings that are really key here in the new update are Town Center, University, and Tavern. Every other building is only a bare minimal requirement for upgrading those 3, okay? That's really all you need to look at it as. These are the only ones that are going to give you actual fighting power. Town Center, of course, at level 34 for me, gives you troop capacity, which is good. It's 4k a level. University is required to upgrade the actual techs themselves, but it also gives you research speed, which is decent. And then Tavern, every 2 levels of Tavern gives you hero level limit, okay? It's so badly done in the sense that, oh, you actually have to upgrade your Tavern another level and you get nothing for it every second level. Nothing. It's terrible. And then even here, you don't even need to do Tavern beyond level 37, folks, as you can see. So that's going to save you on buying any of those items. The only problem is some things might require Tavern to go beyond level 37. Maybe Town Center might need it somewhere down the line because you'll need to upgrade your walls. And the wall requires the walls require Tavern, which sucks. It sucks because you're going to have 4 empty levels of power here, which give you nothing. All right, that sucks. That's terrible. Either way, if you really want to just get the level bonuses, 37 is the limit there. But as you can see, mine is 33. University's 34. Embassy's 33 because I need that at 34 to upgrade Town Center 35. It sucks. It's obviously designed that way to completely rip you off. But there we are. Let's have a look at the tech itself. I haven't missed a single point on the building or tech items, the new key items. So here I am. Doing quite well on this. I'm about to finish level 3 on hospital capacity 4, which means I can progress to these ones right here, the health. And I only need level 5 in any individual single health option to upgrade it to the T8. Okay, as you can see, T8 for Pikemen here, for example, only requires University level 35, which I'll have by then, and Pikemen health 4. You don't need everything even. Sorry, before that, you don't need everything even, you only need the 1, which means we're going to all have, all our Krakens are going to all have a T8, 1 T8 unit during DD. Have fun, folks, have fun. Have fun with that. Realistically, that's going to translate into 2 marches at T8, because most people are going to go for whatever one they have 2 marches in at the moment. A lot of people are going to be either pikes or swords. It's the only one. It's going to be the one or the other. All right, that's really what you're going to be seeing on the field. Troop update. Here we go. This is my King Arthur, all 1 level 50s. All right, power of the actual march is 56.4 million. And troop capacity is 175,000, and this is all without buffs, of course. Alright, so it's pretty impressive. It's a big jump up from what we had before this update came live already. And bloody hell, I just feel bad for anyone who's not able to do this and keep up with this, because it really does widen that gap. Okay, that's my King Arthur, looking pretty good. We'll get into the rings and gems and stuff separately, I think. Pikes. The same thing is true. This is 55.5 million in power. My 2nd march after King Arthur. Right there. So very nice, very strong. My Lubu march is 53.5 million. So a little bit behind, but still very strong. Of course, as you expect. I am using the new hero here in this setup. Alright. A lot of people have Lubu still in Commander, and they put Zaoyun at the end, so they can get the Timur 2nd in command bonus. But you know what? I actually think both of these slots, 2nd and 3rd slot, count as 2nd in command for your heroes. I'll tell you why. Actually, just because some skills or some abilities actually say 2nd in command only. There's nothing about 3rd in command at all, alright? And I think both of these slots apply as 2nd in command. Not 100% sure. We need to ask Catherine on that one. But either way, what I noticed in this order is Lubu actually just gets way more damage off. There is turn-based order in how skills are used. So I think putting Lubu first is okay, and putting Zaolun last actually limits the buffs that he passes on to Lubu a little bit, or delays it too much. So Lubu actually ended up doing less damage overall. I know you get the worst commander skill, but the commander skill is not so bad either way from Zaoyun, but this is what I found to do the most damage. Then, of course, my 4th march is Ramses. He's so good, and I do have him on archers. I'm keeping him on archers for now. Archers are just strong, and I'm looking forward to trying him out with T8 as well soon. He's at 50.9 mil, just under 51 mil, so very respectable. And my final march is actually not loaded. These are gathering at the moment, but my final march is in my presets down here. And it's this. Alright, still running Belisarius. I am now going to be testing out, instead of Elizabeth, I'm going to be testing out Daejangwem, however you pronounce it, as a healer. Alright, so we'll be interested to see how that does. I am equipping the Falcon ring. Or sorry, what ring is that? The Owl ring, right? Ring of Falcon. It is Falcon ring, right? The Ring of Falcon on her. Because look at the effects. The healing effect is going to be directly impactful for her, and the defense is really high. It's just really high percentages. And then we also have this pretty nice double effect thing here. Reduces damage taken and recovers units straight up. So it's going to make her quite a tanky addition to that march. Now, folks, rings. My level 50 rings. Tranquil Water. Effulgent Sun. It's not in order here, which is terrible. Messenger of Destruction. Scorching Flame, and my next level 50 is going to be Celestial Spark. Alright, that is coming up at 47 now. That's going to take maybe 2 more weeks to get to level 50, and that will be my 5th level 50 ring. Very respectable. The other ones now are level 40, Lofty Mountain, Skyward Knight, Sage of Judgment, such a good ring. And that's it at level 40. Level 30 are the other gold ones, right? That's Lord of Eastern Heavens, Radiant Guardian, Everflame Wings, and Azure Moon. Those are level 30s, and I'm going to be working on some of those at 40. I am kind of having a little sneak peek at Divine Warrior here. I did do level 20 on that before I scrapped it for a while, but I'm actually looking at possibly using this on Ramses as swords, because I do have 2 unused Starling Adornments, and Ramses as archers has no adornments that suit him, so could be a nice little interesting change to look at. Then for the purple rings here, Ring of Falcon I showed, Ring of Serpent, and you can see who are actually those rings are on as well on the right hand side, and then Ring of Lion. I am still using those. Those are the 3 purple rings, the only 3 purple rings I'm currently using at the moment. I think Adornments would be a popular page to look at. A lot of people are going to be curious about this. We have loads of good ones, dude. These are all the unused ones up here. Oh boy. Gambits defensive, 2 Gambits defensive, Secondary Strikes defensive, 2 of them, Resourceful attack, Starlink defensive, 2 Starlink defensive. So sad. I really want 1 Starlink offensive, and I'll get it. I'll get it. The ones in use: Boiling Blood at gold, middle gold on Lubu. All of the golds are on middle. Okay, that's just the best place to land, I think. Boiling Blood on Lubu. Secondary Strike offensive on Cyrus. Natural Selection defensive on Scipio. Radiance, of course, on King Arthur. Another offensive Secondary Strike, which is purple. I need to work on that. On Vlad. He'll make benefit of actual gold, so I'll get there. Then down from level 60 to 40, because we're actually run out of those golden bars, or the metal bar things. Chainslayer, really good one, equipped on Zhao, okay? Chainslayer, after the mounted hero activates 3 customized secondary skills or active skills, increases the next hero's skill damage by 8%, stacking twice. Dude, this is why Lubu does so much damage following from Zhao as well. It's so crazy, the damage he gets from this. Chainslayer is a good one. Zhao, unfortunately, does not do as much damage as I was expecting, but it's better than nothing. Then we got Resistance on purple on our Lagartha. I'm kind of looking to get another natural selection in place of that. We'll get there. Then from level 40 down to 20s, Strike Weakness I currently have on Ramses. He only benefits from 1 debuff, which is Burn, unfortunately. It's the only thing he can benefit from, which comes from both the second in command skill, which is Charlemagne's skill, as well as the ring, Everflame Wings. All right, that's all we really got on there. I haven't really worked on... They are blue at the moment. I haven't really worked on this part yet because I want to replace them properly, get some good ones. We've got Resistance level 20 here, and Power Accumulation is a good one on Ramses too, because it just gives you extra rage. I think it's well worth it. We've got Resistance on Timur, and we've got a defensive Secondary Strike on our healer in our pikes, which is an interesting one, level 20. Resistance on Jaguan, the Tactician pikes healer, and then Resourceful on Belisarius. Unfortunately, I did not get an offensive gambit, and I wanted to, but today I got 2 defensive gambits, which sucks. And finally, Thunder on this guy right here, which is okay, because he is a secondary attacker in our Tactician Pikes lineup, and it does give him a bit of extra punch. It's okay. Let's have a quick look at my castle next. Facilities. We are very close to finishing this. We can see up here at the top, I'm at level 36 out of 40, by the way. It only goes up to 40 here. And honestly, level 37 is really the last good... Oh, no. Level 38 is the last good buff. You get another plus 0.5 on your health. And then after that, it's just hospital capacity and healing speed. Not too relevant. So very close to finishing this off. You can see what's 10. You can see what's not. There you go. The current one I'm working on now, I just finished Research Workshop because obviously it's relevant again. I'm finishing Architects Workshop 2, so I save on speed ups over time. And that's it. Everything else is level 10 except for these 4 here, and Chamber Harvest is nearly done as well. I'm just going to do a quick scroll through my items for anyone who's interested in something I'm not specifically going to cover or pinpoint. These are all expired items. I just like to keep them. I don't know why. But anyway, reminders of better times, I guess. But yeah, here we go. These are just all my items for anyone who finds anything from here relevant. Speed ups. I'll show you guys the speed up tabs in a sec. These are the rings we showed already. Medals. Didn't show medals. Obviously, a lot of these are just unusable now because of way past the last of that. Doing all right. Oh, mounts is something we can look at in a sec as well. There we go. All right. Let's look at mounts. Mounts here. These are the equipped ones. My only mythical so far. It's pretty good. I put her on Lagartha, Iron Ridge, and Overpower. Lagartha's okay. She does a little bit of extra damage, but she's not a big damage dealer. So Overpower is nice to have, and Iron Ridge is also nice to have. On King Arthur, it would be a waste because King Arthur is a huge damage dealer. He gets more damage, right? And he has a gold legendary with might pretty high up there, so it's pretty nice. I do have horses with better stats for armor sunder here, for example, but it's only marginal and it has like no might, so I think the might points actually work out better here with these two. I'm still working on getting a better horse for him. The paladin, another paladin one on the healer for our tactician pikes. Healing armor, lifesaver, quite usual. Strategy, pretty good points on there. And then Timir has a triple on here, but it's not bad. Tactician, reduced strategy damage taken. It kind of helps me defend against pretty common Belisariuses that are out there. And then Fierce for normal attack damage, which is of course all he really does. I do have one attack move on him, but it's only to help trigger the Commander Zhao's abilities, right? That's really all it is. And then Lifesaver, because he does have a healing effect, I think. And then Zhao himself, he's got Valor and Fearless. He does, of course, do passive damage, so he gets passive damage buffs and passive gems, all right? Fearless reduces damage taken again, so it's pretty nice. Get a bit of extra endurance onto this cavalry. Ramses, pretty stacked here on this one. A beautiful 10% on Spirit Bond, and then Dustbane purples at 7.6 with good strategy and armor. Very nice horse. Just suits Ramses perfectly there. Belisarius himself has a good one. Strategy and armor as well, so nice. Fearless reduces damage taken and stratagem. I could do better than that. I could get more damage on him. I just haven't gotten the horse with stratagem and an extra damage, so I'm still working on that. We'll get that eventually. Our healer, Mansa Musa, strategy and armor, unfortunately, but he has good lifesaver and renewal. Very good for his heals for our warrior pikes. Scipio has might, that's good, and he also has renewal and healing armor. Mulan, she's not in use, so I just have that horse on her. She's not in use though. I do have some Swift or some gathering related mythical trait horses on my gathering marches. I don't really use them that much. So here's Cyrus though. Mounted heroes, yeah, of course, mythical valor, okay? It's necessary with might. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten any good ones with mythical valor and an extra damage one. Not yet, but maybe one day we will. Vlad, same thing, mythical valor, of course. Lubu himself has Swift. He has a triple. He has Lifesaver and Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt is key on Lubu, and Lifesaver goes with Boiling Blood, alright? Because Boiling Blood means Lubu heals. He heals with each critical strike and stuff, and it gives him a little bit extra heals on that, I guess. I would like to ideally have Thunderbolt and Gallant. I haven't gotten that yet. That's impossible. It's so hard to get specifics, like, it's so hard. So I'm still working on that. But when I get a good Thunderbolt and Gallant together, that's going straight on Lubu. And Charles, Army Sunder, just some extra damage from Charlemagne. Some more Swifts and Abundances and whatnot. Then Gallant, I do have Gallant on this guy because he does secondary strikes, skill damage, and he is equipping that, but he doesn't have double, right? She's Gallant as well, but she's not in use at the moment. He is Renewal. Alright, we do need a better horse for him. This is the healer in Ramses' march. He only has mythical Renewal at the moment, unfortunately. We need to get better than that. Trying. And that's it. Then we also have like loads of these horses just here that are not in use at the moment. A good collection of golds. I'm gonna get my new mythical, another mythical soon, and I'm starting to build up respectable 2 trait and 3 traits on purples and blues too. Starting gems, folks. This is how I'm going to showcase the gems. All right, first you're going to just get the numbers here. You know how gems work. I mean, by now you know what gems to put on who, pretty much, okay? So I don't need to show like individual gems here and there on every single march. That's why I didn't do that yet. I'm just going to show you the gem count in general, okay? Show you guys what I've been going for. Starting at Mythical. Mythical is just, it's kind of a guarantee that you're going to get this and then move on to Mythical 1 straight away, which is exactly what I did. You can see I only have 23 regular reds. Then Mythical 1 is where I just have a lot of backups waiting to be upgraded to 2. where Mythical 2 is the ones I use the most. As you can see, I have 131. But I do still have a lot of Mythical 1 strategies. Obviously, I have paid more attention to might marches than strategy marches. But I put the good strategy gems, strategy 2 gems, in the right places. That's what counts. You want to put them on your main attackers. And there's only one main attacker, Ramses. And then for the pikes, as also Belisarius. And they're the only ones who need might 2, really. You can start putting them on healers. And I have started putting them on healer now for the tactician pikes. Just for the extra strategy, for the extra heals. That's really all. But either way, you can see all of this. How many are inlaid? This is Mythical 1. There's only 2 level 1 mites inlaid. And they are on him. Because I didn't need them before. So now I need more might gems. So we're working on building that up though. Healings are behind. Definitely. I got 11 of those inlaid. Passives, they're getting improved because I only just started using warrior pikes fairly recently. Now they're being improved. Either way, the main bulk is Mythical 2, as you can see. This is the vast majority of strategy gems and might gems here for the attack of most people. But obviously we need way more might gems. I got 3 might marches. And obviously secondary strike and actives are the 2 skills I focus the most on as well. But I have been focusing more on passive lately as well. Health and capacity, I focus on both of those quite a lot. And I do not neglect defense. Unit defense is well worth it at level 2 or up because you actually get 7% extra defense on here. And you can see who I've put these defensive gems on. Bulky marches. Alright, I've actually put one on Zhao just for extra defense on the cavalry so they last longer. And they hurt more. I think that's going to be catching some people off guard a little bit. But honestly, one gem by itself, as you can see, it's 7%, is not enough. You need to have quite a few to stack up the extra defense stats. Then Mythical 3, which is as far as I've gotten in those level ups. You can see I've got Siege, which is just something that comes about by default. And I have Gathering, which is just something that comes about by default without even trying. Because I suspect they've rigged the rates to drop Siege and Gathering more often than the other ones, so it can act as a filler and waste your money. That's really what I suspect is the case. The other ones, armor, I haven't really tried, but I have gotten some armor on purpose, alright? So it's not too surprising that I have some level 3s. Then might, of course, I really went hard on might. I have 11 of those, and they're all in Cyrus, Vlad, and King Arthur, and Lubu has 1. Alright, so those are where my 3s are at. And then secondary strikes, I only have 2 secondary strikes. They're both in Lubu, of course. And I only have 1 active, which is in King Arthur. I'm working on getting King Arthur's up to 3, of course, because that's where so much damage comes from. Insane. I have 1 normal attack, which just came about because honestly, you don't really use too many normal attacks, so they did get merged a lot more often. Unit capacity is one I did really go for a lot, and I have 1 on Lagertha and 1 on King Arthur to really add more weight to that march in general. That's it. Some people might be curious about heroes. I'll really briefly just tell you straight up, I have every hero and I'm always going to collect every hero. I'm going to make sure that's going to be the case. There's nothing mysterious there. I think one of the last things to actually look at right now is the theme gallery. Let's have a quick look here. I did a good job at keeping on top of all of the themes that they released. You can see my points here and compare them to yourselves or anyone else you know at 490. All right, that's where we're at right there. Still a little bit to go. Still a couple of collections to go until we actually level up to the next one. Let's see if we can see that right now, which is going to be this one, which will give me the Amber Shield, which is an extra plus 5% attack and defense on top, which is really nice. So that's really close. That's very close in this trophy here. And of course, it does go further. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know if anyone's going to be playing the game by then, but either way. Basically, I have gotten all the Collector's Gallery stuff finished, but unfortunately, and not too surprisingly, they stopped doing these for their legendary sets. Because why would they? Why would they continue to give you more bonuses for the same money they're charging you? Why would they do that? No, they just decided to stop adding extra bonuses. Because why not? We'll still make the money, right? The same money, and just give less. Oh dear, this game. Anyway, there's only one or two things that I'm missing. And unfortunately, one of them is the Lord of the Abyss legendary theme, which is 1.5% attack. I was going to get this, and I had to go to bed, and then I woke up kicked out of the top 5 for that event that was necessary to get that, so that's sad. And that's the only Citadel skin I'm missing. I should have it, unfortunately. Troop themes, have all the troop themes, no problem there. Feat bulletins, there's only one of those. Titles, got all the titles except for these, which are not permanent anyway, so you cannot actually unlock these permanently. And that's the only one. They're the only ones. Chat bubbles, there's this old one, which is still obviously unavailable, and it actually does give you a buff, which is unfortunate. It's unavailable. And I don't even think this was available from the early game. I think this was something special for something. I forget, I don't know what exactly, but this was especially accessible. Frames, same thing. Ring of Fire, this collection is... Oh, and Spring Waltz. I don't even know how I missed this one, but there's no buff, so it's not too important. Don't even know how I missed it. I need those 30 points, that's all I really need. Battle Report theme is new. This is added in the wheel. I don't know why, because you can't actually unlock it. You can't unlock it yet. It's just there. So I got the one that you were able to get from the recent New Year's spin event, which is this one, and that gives you 100 unit capacity. And they are going to be adding something new soon. Whatever this might be. Yay! Last but not least, folks, resources for anyone who's interested. 17.1 bill. It's constantly going up really fast. I don't know how it's going up so fast. I guess it was just New Year's. Maybe that's why. And then my speed ups are okay. They're not too relevant because I do go through these quite fast. I've got a bit of compilation of training speed ups for when I hit that T8, so I can kind of quickly put together 2 T8 marches straight away. And I do have a lot of backup universal speed ups for whatever extra I need. My research has been good. I've since lost 300 days on that, even though I've still been buying them, because I've been using them on the new tech. But the new tech is slowing down significantly, so I don't feel like I'll need to buy too many of these. Building speed ups, I already went over the building at the beginning of the video. You can understand my logic. You only really need to do the bare minimum of buildings, and the only real focuses are worthwhile are town center, tavern, and university. The only one for tavern, you only really need to go up to 37, unless you really are committed to getting town center to 40, in which case you'll probably just need to do tavern up to 40 as well, unfortunately, because you need tavern for walls 40, and you always need walls before you do the next level of town center. So that's unfortunate. But you can always just wait and see what you need and how to best cost effect it yourself, so you don't waste money. And finally, I forgot about this one, troops. I know people are going to be wondering. I have 6.6 mil at the moment, guys. Everything is at 1.5, except for my double march, which is 2 pike marches at 2 mil. You do want to have a bit of a head start on the march that you have 2 of, so you just compensate for the extra losses that you're going to be suffering from that when you're actually fighting. So there you go. Pretty even out. And like I said, it's not a super excess number of troops. That's not where my power rests. Not like 80 million, for example. But there you go. It's pretty good for fighting any event. I think that's a good enough overview of my account. If there's anything I missed, let me know. I think it was good. I showcased everything. Thanks for watching, folks. Hopefully I explained everything in a nice, coherent manner. It's a bit of an overview, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you back here, maybe for some DD. I don't have a KVK to stream this weekend, unfortunately. It's dead. So I'm not even going to appear for that KVK. But DD is this week starting, and I'm going to be looking forward to fighting off maybe 11 and 1 in this coming DD. I hope we get matched up properly, so we will be having a good session there, and hopefully there's some streamable content for that. Thank you very much for watching this. I'll see you around in another video or stream. Have a good one. Bye.